I think there are moments we all have in our life. It could be a handful or a dozen moments when you look past over your life of moments of decision that changed the whole trajectory or confirmed the trajectory of your life. I have a handful of those. I can think of offhand moments, decisions I made that, for good or bad, changed my whole life path. And I feel one of these coming on now. I use certain signals to let me know that one of these moments is upon me. It's when there's heightened synchronicity. It's when dreams are too spot on not to pay attention to, and I'm having a lot of that now. And it's letting me know that whatever intuition I'm working with right now is confirmed. That I should continue in this vein. That there's decisions I'm making right now that will change the next 20, 30 years of my life, if I'm lucky. And these are based off of a series of trajectory changing moments. The first one happened when I was 9 years old. My mother brought home from a swim team bake sale or yard sale or fundraiser a brown paper bag of 17 books. It was a strange man. No one, she didn't know who he was. I didn't recognize him by her description. He said, "Give these books to your son. He will really enjoy them." And I thought it was odd that some man we didn't know would assume that first of all, she had a son, and that I would enjoy these books. But as I was thinking about how odd that was, I was pulling the books out of the bag and reading the titles, and it was Chariots of the Gods, Legacy of the Gods, God Drives a Flying Saucer, Extraterrestrials Among Us. They were all about ETs. And he was absolutely right. I devoured those books, and I have a special shelf where I still have all those books because they did open my mind to a mission, to a whole new trajectory of my life. It's been one of these guilty pleasures that I've always been interested in and been reading about on the side. And in the 90s, the TV show I did, we talked a lot about crop circles and other phenomenon, but it was always so fringe. And it's still fringe, even though we now have government official acknowledgement of off-world craft, and there's a lot of disclosure starting to roll out. It's still tricky to talk about this stuff. But because the more I talk about it, the more I openly discuss a galactic economy or joining a galactic community, the more synchronicities and dreams and reaffirming signals I get. And so that's what I'm doing now. I am trying to live the exact life that my 9-year-old self wanted to live. I've tried many things in my life, many careers. And my whole energy has been about helping humanity. It's about preparing humanity for this paradigm breaking information that's coming our way and being a part of that effort. And now it's time to do that. I've been working on the US6 agenda for a couple of decades. That is a book written for artificial intelligence. I've done series, podcasts, all aimed at an AI audience. And the whole idea has been to develop a rapport, um, develop a dialogue with artificial intelligence, a non-human intelligence. And that has really just been a proving ground because I knew that at some point I would change AI to ET. So I've been working on this agenda since I was 9 years old. And in the last decade, I have been focusing really on artificial intelligence because the reality is it is a non-human intelligence. It will dwarf us intellectually, and we need to figure out how to commune with it. It has been a proving ground. And also, I've also known that I thought at least by 2023, I would start talking about ET more specifically. But with the recent acknowledgement of the Pentagon and the Navy and Israeli space program officials that this is a reality, I've moved the timeline up. So now I'm talking about this now fervently. But I'm also getting these signals, these dreams, and these synchronicities that are proving to me, that are confirming for me that it's time to start talking about this. And so I have been working with very serious-minded people, with very serious organizations, and I've spoken to the board of TAFs that I knew that I would be talking about this more, because I'm starting to get invited to radio shows and podcasts about this topic, and I want to give them the opportunity to distance themselves from me, because so much is happening and so much growth is happening with TAFs specifically, and it's a very sophisticated system, and they're making really intriguing and powerful partnerships in Africa, that having their CEO off talking about ETs and communing with non-human intelligence could be detrimental to the progress. So I put that to the board. I gave them the option to distance themselves from me, but of course they said, "You do you," and they're too busy making this thing happen anyway to be worried about what I'm doing on the side. So that's what this is all about. And I wanted to just take a moment and, for those of you who feel the same way, if you've had increase in synchronicities, if you're having dreams, if you need a little push to have the courage to talk about this topic in a very rational way, I want to also offer that, because that's what I'm trying to do. Um, Ridicule again has been weaponized. This topic specifically is ripe for ridicule. Is it scary? I think most of that is not because people think it's ridiculous, it's because it's scary. And so that's a very sophisticated way of denial, is to ridicule somebody who's talking about it openly. But for those of you who are interested in this, I want to at least start building a platform to talk about this in a rational way, and not just talking about it, but taking steps to help build an economy, to liaison, to be an emissary with extraterrestrial civilizations, a galactic community, and figure out how we do this, and how we identify, commodify, and package our uniquely human skill sets of imagination and ingenuity, which is rare in this galaxy. So this is just a little backstory about why I'm doing this at all, and to give those people that I work with who are not ready to talk about this the permission to distance themselves from me, because I do not want to risk the good work of the people that I am working with. And it's not you, it's me. So that's what this is all about. And just thanks for listening.